So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Shapes to shoot!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Jimenez wins the duel this time. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
That pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
I feel I must single out Carlos Tevez. He may be on the small side, but he's feisty and robust and works as hard as anyone else out there, and I think he exudes quality. The package is compact, but the delivery is considerably bigger.
I think the opposition defence agreed too. He's going to be the source of so many of their headaches. Kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Platini will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. And the shot! Goal! Barcelona! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
Barcelona have penetrated for the first time.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
He's shifting through the gears here. That looks a decent ball. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Lemina puts his foot on the gas. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Well, now it's a race for the ball. Oh, well played.
Barcelona really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
If you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. And he's managed to get free. Gets into some space. Oh, that's nice. Perez. Oh, that's pretty clear. It is a foul. And that's going to be a booking. There's the end of the first half. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Okay, they got hit with that one sucker punch, but I don't think there was much wrong with their overall approach. I think the boss needs to give his team a lift during the break, and they should still be quite buoyant.
Barcelona are in a pretty decent position after 45 minutes. 1-0 to the good. Here we go again then.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up a bit more.
Oh, easy pickings there. Well, that defending is was unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Played out to the right. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. He's picked his way through. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. And he's picked out the run. Messi could try cutting inside here. Lamina goes for a shot! And he hits the net! And there's the goal they've been looking for. The one place the keeper couldn't reach.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
So time for change. This one has been on the cards for a little while.
Well, this could be a bit of a nightmare scenario for the defence, as you're going to be facing a very willing runner now, especially one that likes to make those runs beyond the defensive line.
Barcelona are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Here's the header! Plenty to aim at. Great chance! Relentless! Just relentless! Such thrill, such noise, and how this matters! And that really is so impressive.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
Some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change. 3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Now it's Platini. He's onside. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Nicely spread. Oh, that's fabulous. That is lovely. Can he get on the end of this? Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. So 3-0 now, and surely there'll be no twists in the plot. Lejeune kept his eye on it, and he's there. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? And this is Tevez. And this is Messi.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
That's at the end. Barcelona can look back on a nigh-on perfect performance here. A super contest in which they swept their opponents aside ruthlessly. Messi voted man of the match, and deservedly so.
Better luck next time.
Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
I think we just saw a team winning by playing.
Barcelona going eyeball to eyeball with their rivals one more time. A day for parading of colours, a day for pride, a day for partisanship, perhaps a day for personalities who will prevail over what could potentially turn into 90 minutes of bedlam. It's time we ask, is that a shot? Goal! Barcelona! And the game springs instantly to life.
That's the perfect confidence boost they needed. Brilliant.
Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
Girona are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Spread neatly. There's a no-nonsense tackle. Oh, that's horribly mistimed, and it's given penalty. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game. It's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
A formality, we're level. Not a twitch, not a blink.
A picture of confidence, that was never missing.
Girona grabbed the equaliser, and we're all square.
You've got to commend that, Peter. It's the perfect response to falling behind. Don't let your heads drop. Just get back up the pitch and level the scores again. This is cracking stuff.
Messi picks it up out wide. Glimt gets good distance on it. And he's only too happy to take that back. Here's Tevez, over to the left. It's Neymar! And that is doing no harm at all.
Well, that always looked a little ambitious for me, but still, at least he had the confidence to take it on.
Very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. That's a Tevez! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Tevez really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
And we have our very first corner. Defending of the desperate variety. And it's Lamina. Menu tries a shot! That is decidedly lacking.
Yeah, I think that miss is going to give him nightmares for a while.
Possession football, Jim, we're seeing plenty of it. What is it, though, that really makes it work?
Well, for me, what makes it work is the fact that everyone in this team has the courage to show for the ball. You can't shy away from it. You can't hide. You have to front up in a setup like this, and everyone is doing just that.
You make it sound so simple. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. And this is Tevez, made into space out wide. Somewhat off target. Witsel. Menu. Tevez. He's had a shot! Oh, he gave that an almighty thump.
Well, I think he's surprised himself how he managed not to hit the target then. He seemed to believe it was going in.
Let's go for a throw-in. Oh, easy pickings there.
added time.
Witzel. Unahi. It's over the line, and that'll be a goal kick. Oh, shooting chance! Oh, and with that, the half-time whistle goes. Well, the glass is either half full or half empty. Neither side yet truly to impose themselves, and it's level pegging at half-time. Well, the players definitely know they're in a derby. More of the same to come after the break, you can be sure of that. That's been a decent 45 minutes. Competitive, certainly, and a goal each.
Substitution for Barcelona. Number 2, Jimenez.
So once again, we're underway.
Barcelona have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. Okay, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
Oh, that's fabulous. Chance for a shot! It's in! And the game is well and truly turned on its head.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious, Peter, that this emphasises the importance of having willing runners who want to go behind that defence. One good ball and they're in.
Number 90.
And now he has 2. Girona go into the lead.
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on? Or even better, can they get another?
Now it's Lamina. Neymar. Oh, sweet feet. There's the shot! Sticks it away! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye.
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
It's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
Quite a thriller this one's become.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
Looking here to chip it through. Gazzaniga claims comfortably.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Front-footed pressing going on here. Out to the left it goes. He's found a way through.
And again, they're pressing effectively.
He might be in here. Decent chance! Oh, he's tripped him right on the cusp of the penalty area. And the referee has given a free kick just outside the box. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
Number 7, Federico Valverde.
He's got to rest. They would have been quick to recover this. He's had it nicked away.
Number 8.
And he's managed to get rid.
Substitutions taking place.
That's good pressing, squeezing the play. Spread out to the left. It'll be a throw-in. Tevez.
Kamu ikut sana pun. Kita dia.
Goes for a shot! Oh, it's fallen loose again! Goal! Barcelona! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, it still had to be finished off, so well done for the goal scorer, but the keeper should have done a lot better.
Barcelona get themselves into the lead.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
The final 5 minutes. Now it's Tevez. Now it's Lamina. He has a look out. Can he finish? That's a half-decent try.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
Substitution for Barcelona. Number 32.
Now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change. He got amongst the goals here, and now he takes his leave.
Look, you can only give your all, and he's delivered in that regard. And I think the manager has probably just spotted now a little tiredness creeping in, and if that's the case, then he's doing the right thing.
He is through here.
Oh, well played, well played. Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer and quickly.
He's going to be disappointed with that. The Arsenal in acres of space out wide. Takes a shot! And with that, the final whistle. Barcelona have done it with iron, with pragmatism, the sort you expect from a team like this. Admirable, enjoyable, and look how they reacted to that initial setback.
There you have it, a fine win for our
The end of the game.
This is just
Reflections.
like to see.
Barcelona. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. it's Messi. And this is Neymar. And this is... Can he finish? Has a shot! Just off target.
Valverde just can't be faulted for taking on the opportunity. That sort of distance is usually up his street.
Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
I think it's got to be Alexis Sanchez. A sensation when he's in full flow. Although he's playing as a central striker, I prefer him operating out wide, where he enjoys more space, and that enables him to generate greater momentum for him.
Shoots! Goal! Barcelona! Barcelona are in front! An opportunist strike, but he'll take it. He will own it.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
Barcelona have taken the lead.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react.
Now it's Neymar. Neymar going face to face with his great rival. And here's Tevez. Look at that. And he shoots! Well, now it's a race for the ball. And it's Menu. And he's made sure that's not getting through.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Lamina. And it's Neymar. Bullish header! Went with his head but couldn't steer it in.
Oh, what a chance. He probably had more time than he realised.
Now it's Sao. That looks a cracking ball. And the shot! It's in! They have come roaring back!
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
After 30
Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Oh, there's a genuine sense of tit for tat here, Peter. Not
Real chance! It's a carbon copy of the previous miss.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here. They'll get the reward if they can stick at this.
Barcelona with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Sanchez getting this one clear. Barcelona with another corner. It's their second corner of the game. There isn't a whole lot anyone can do with that corner. Agume. Is going to be the final action of the first half. So it's all square. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. Barcelona are level pegging at half-time then, and it's a finely balanced game. 1-1 the score. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Barcelona have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. Okay, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going.
And the finish! It's there!
Dependability is one thing, and he brings that to his game, but that sort of dynamism is another attribute he's blessed with, and it's revealed on a regular basis too. Superb.
Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Just the sort of forward pass he's been looking for. Very telling.
Barcelona go into the lead.
Look, look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do. Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed. Well, they've stamped some authority on things, but how much more authority can be generated?
Now it's Vargas. He's found a way through. Mopé is flagged offside. The referee's pulled play back and has booked him for the original offence. Alexander-Arnold did incur the wrath of the referee and has earned himself a booking in the process. Now it's Tevez. And he's been shifted off it, played down the flank. He's in plenty of space here. It's gone all the way through to the keeper.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Alexis Sanchez. Now it's Mopé. Oh, he's found support out wide. He's shifting through the gears here. Jimenez defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Now it's Neymar. Valverde. Tevez. Denied by an instinctive save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Substitution on the field. Number 11. Number 3.
So, third corner of the game. That's a simple one for the keeper.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Decent chance! He scores! What remarkable powers of recovery!
Well, this is just incredible. I mean, who would have seen this? Not a manager, I think. It's all happening.
More or less by himself, as cool as you like.
Oh, that's excellent composure because the keeper put as much pressure on as he could by not committing sooner.
This is quite a battle.
Well, at this stage, Peter, it's going to come down to how badly they want to win this.
He is through here. Now he's got space here. Oh, that's a key interception. That's an imaginative pass. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
And this is Ribery. Chance for a shot! Oh, it's in! And that has raved the roof! A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball, and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
Barcelona take what looks to be a decisive lead.
Well, the last moments now, Peter, are going to be very frantic. There's still time for a twist or two yet.
Very much into the last knockings. Now it's Mopé. Good ball, good take. That has not gone well. Now it's Foden.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
He's picked his way through. Oh, for what would have been a and time is up. Barcelona can finally smile now. They have held on in a difficult watch for both sets of fans. A truly emotional roller coaster that. So a dramatic game decided in its very last moments.
Well, I just think that determination and persistence has paid off handsomely to squeeze the win out of a draw. Sometimes it comes down to grit and desire and the stubbornness to keep plugging away. And this has been great staying power.
And with that, it's time for me to thank Jim Beglin and to wish you a very good evening. To those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening, the conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. This is Peter Drury, and I'm happy to inform you that Jim Beglin has joined me to offer his expert shapes to shoot! And he has kept it out somehow!
Neymar actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
It's Lamina. Can he get on the end of this? And he shoots! Marvellous goal!
But they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
It was casual, it was careless, and it has proven costly.
Yeah, they've only got themselves to blame. Mistakes in those areas are very punishable.
Barcelona make the perfect start. They are already ahead. Probing pass. Rostier. And he has been fouled there. So just a one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. He's found a way through. Jimenez defending his corner stubbornly. Stood up very well for his man. Well timed, excellent interception. Quarter of an hour played. There will be a throw-in. Nice looking ball. No, he's just misjudged that one. Galan. That's a good ball. He's having a shot! He has done it! And they're at it again in double quick time. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter, and maybe 10 tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
It's a pretty loose pass. Almost half an hour in now. Great vision. That is a brilliant interception. Lamina. And it's Menu. Neymar. And Alexander-Arnold. Lamina. It's a promising position. Great ball, and he's in here. Chance! It goes to show he is human after all.
I can't quite believe he's missed that, Peter.
Great defending, strong and determined. Robertson. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Barcelona clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Now that's well seen too. Jimenez. Now it's Messi. That was good alertness.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
No, not quite on the same wavelength. That's a little off target. Oh, that's superb. A well cut. We hit half time. Any views on the first half?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Things are looking good for
Barcelona sitting pretty here at half time. 2-0 up.
This up.
That's the start of another 45 minutes. That's good running with the ball. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Not the most convincing of passes. Driving forward. That's a shade optimistic. Martinez with the clearance. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. Oh, that's a key interception. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. And he's picked it up out wide. And he'll shoot here! It's off target and by quite a way.
Yeah, I think that miss is going to give him nightmares for a while.
Barcelona in a very solid position, 2 to the good. Played out towards the right wing. Challenged just a bit on the firm side. Tevez is being harried and hassled.
Yeah, they didn't smell the danger early enough, but I suppose better late than never.
This is Tevez. Great chance! Yes! And he is just ripping it up. There was to be only one outcome.
Not even a hint of hesitation. hesitation. That is such a cool finish.
And with that, the hat-trick is complete.
This is such a dominant performance. The defence are sick of the sight of him, but he doesn't look finished just yet.
A case now of complete control. And he's quick to snatch it back. And he's had a hit! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Well, talking about playing into your opponent's hands, that kind of thing is not going to get them back into this game.
Coming on to replace him is number 90.
Menu, Barcelona perhaps contemplating their next change here. And it's Neymar. Neymar will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Son Heung-min. Threads one in. And the shot! What about that one? About as smooth as it gets. Just cruising. They are cruising. That's wonderfully done. Crisp hit, true finish.
Well, most of those go high and wide because of their difficulty. He made it look like he does it every day.
Number 37.
We have got changes here from both sides, in fact. Barcelona are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that.
And things are much healthier in their...
Goes for a shot! No mistake! And that was as close to certain as can be.
Well, that pretty much works out as a gift due to the space he was afforded in the box.
Well, it's an inspired substitution. Terrific move by the boss.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
Number 18.
Pamplona grab a goal, but it's hard to see it as anything much more than a consolation. And that's a foul. A simple decision for the referee. He's had it taken off him. Oh, he's going for goal! No, he's missed it. Poorly directed kick from the keeper. He's given it away. He skips past his man. Looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. He's tried the shot. And he's lifted it over. Barcelona clearly now in lead preservation mode. Al-Musrati. This is Jimenez. That has been cut short. Lamina, who's set up one goal so far, and they can counter here. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Barcelona can look back on a nigh-on perfect performance here. A super contest in which they swept their opponents aside ruthlessly.
There you have it, a fine
Tevez.
Qui sont les usines, qui sont les camps de boulot.
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Begley. Real chance! It's in! And the game springs instantly to life.
Oh, talking about stepping things up from the off. That's how you start a football match.
Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
It's the stuff you work on the training ground time and time again, and it came off.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. He's going to be disappointed with that. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Leque promptly onto that, and that is that. Sunset. Now it's Williams. Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. Is there any support? He might not need it. The movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Now it's Sunset. Williams. Great vision. So nearly the perfect ball.
Quite advised they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
And that is out of play. Valverde is in the top 10 when it comes to assists this season. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Here's Tevez. He's hit and he's had a hit. Oh, Delta! He's got himself an absolute peach. Barcelona are back in business. And that is about as cool as they come. He picks his spot expertly.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
Certainly made things interesting.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
And he's managed to get free. This is Tevez. Decent chance! Goal! Barcelona! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. One moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there. But you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressure too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to
takes a shot! He has done it! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Look at the manager here, he's absolutely fuming and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Well, the ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances. Williams. Oh, it's Buruzeta. Oh, good take in a good area. Kanji with the clearance. Tries from a long way out. A real chance and a real let-off.
Well, he's hit it well enough for me. I suppose it could be a deliberate attempt to just draw that defence out.
Distributed tidily. Neymar. It's Valverde. Valverde charging forward, the ball at his feet. The most accurate pass. And the half-time whistle goes.
Well, Peter, I think the score is a fair reflection of what we've witnessed so far, and that being good movement in both midfield and indeed up front. If those players, I think, can carry on where they left off after the break, they should impose themselves even more, and probably only one result coming here.
Barcelona are broadly in charge, but the contest is still alive at 3-1. If you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. Can he finish?
And that is wildly off target. It's almost like he had too much thinking time there, Peter.
Williams, he's found a way through. Robertson.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
He's got away. He is just caressing the ball. Tevez. Oh, that was vital. And he's there to belt it away. Attempt, just the wrong outcome. Barcelona with their first corner, the first in the game for either side actually. That's the keeper's ball. Bilbao are looking to go forward now. Good running with the ball. He is through here. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Oh, what a mistake! Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. To press. Berenguer tries to pass it through. Here's found and he shoots! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender. Stay onside.
And the referee has brought play back and showed him a yellow card. We have got changes here from both sides. sides, in fact.
Number 23. Substitution in progress.
Now it's Oyarzabal. He's in a great position. Back in possession and ready to go again. Barcelona perhaps contemplating their next change here. Early ball out from the back. Jimenez cuts out the pass, aim forwards. Robert Navarro. And here's Son Heung-min. Oyarzabal. Front-footed pressing going on here. Ambitious ball here. Lekwe gets over and intercepts. Goes forward. Kuruseta looks to get on the end of this. Valverde. Menu. And it's Jimenez. Robertson.
2 added minutes has been
2 minutes to be added on. Looking for option. Great chance! It's bounced back off the post. And it's bounced out off the woodwork. That's a foul. Simple decision for the referee.
Substitution on the field. Number 11, Kuruseta. Number 15, coming on the field. Number 20.
And that's that. Barcelona have been forced to do it the hard way, but they have pulled themselves through unwaveringly to win. A great performance by any measure. Well, from behind, Jim, that is some win, isn't it?
Well, I've just got to give them great credit for the way in which they've managed to turn this around. Going behind seemed to strengthen their resolve, and it's been a wholehearted reaction and an absolutely terrific win.
Well, that's it for tonight's match. So it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening.